Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Lebanon Senior Center cooking demo. I know, I've heard from many of you as our center is slowly beginning to reopen in the course of this pandemic, as that kind of comes to a place where lots of people are getting vaccinated and we can begin to open our doors again. Alas, some of our programs are still virtual, and our cooking demos are one of them. It just doesn't seem fair that I would cook something and then not be able to share it with you. So crank up that smell-o-vision because it smells like glorious, ripe, fresh, delicious tomatoes in here right now. Could be that I'm hanging out with these folks right here. Today we are going to be talking about fruits and vegetables. It's June. Some of those gardens aren't quite producing abundant loads of fresh goodness yet, but they're about to. Or they've already started. I mean, peas and strawberries and some quick things like that have already been popping up out of the ground. I know in some of our senior center plots, definitely enjoying some of those. But I do start to see some of those lovely green balls of goodness appearing on our tomato plants around the community. And so, not too long from now, we'll be wondering what to do with all of those tomatoes. So today I'm going to be starting off by making a tomato and cucumber salad. This is a creamy version that I'm going to make, and we'll talk about some variations after I get this wrapped up. So I did decide not to cry on camera, so I did chop up a bit of red onion. It's in the bowl. That's optional. If you're not an onion fan, you don't need to chop up the lovely red onion. Into our bowl to join it is going to be several handfuls of tomato that have been diced up, and I like it colorful, so you can use whatever tomatoes you like. Sun Gold tomatoes, which are an orange tomato, happen to be one of my favorite, but I also use some cherry tomatoes. As the tomato season comes on, certainly Romas, Cherokee, for whatever tomatoes you have, you can cut up and use in this. I do like the little baby ones. I feel like they have a little extra sweetness to them. I don't know. Again, whatever tomatoes you like. So that's the start of it. Onion and cut up tomato. Now, the next ingredient, you guess it might be in a tomato and cucumber salad, would be cucumber. I have 2 English cucumbers. They happen to be my favorite style of cucumber that I am just going to dice up. I did roughly peel them. You can see by the dark green stripes that they aren't perfectly peeled, and that is okay. It's totally up to you. If you want the extra fiber in that peeling, you can certainly leave it on altogether. You can do part peeled, part not peeled, have a little color variation. Again, it's your salad, so it's up to you. And also, how you cut is up to you. I do like a little size difference. I like to make my tomatoes just a little bit smaller than my cucumber chunks. Might be that the cucumbers just break down in the mouth, all that water. So, yep, I just like to make them a little bit bigger. If you like smaller, more concise chunks, you can certainly do that. Or if you want to slice your cucumbers and chunk up your tomatoes, hey, go for it. 2 different shapes adds a little visual interest to your salad. So I am slicing them down each middle into 4 sections, then coming back and just cubing those pieces together. Almost done. And why are they in small chunks? Well, I happened to leave my peeler down below when I went to the kitchen to get supplies, so I ended up using just a small paring knife to peel these cucumbers, and it's a little bit easier when they're smaller. Well, those English cucumbers are quite long, so trying to take a paring knife all the way down its side was going to be a little bit more than I wanted to take on in one fell swoop. There we go. All those lovelies in the bowl. Pardon me for just a little housekeeping. I need to be able to hold on to my next ingredient. And those cucumbers did have a little extra water. There we go. Now my trash bowl. Next ingredient is going to be some dill. You can use fresh dill or you can use dry dill. Again, in the spirit of things coming on, I'm going to use some fresh dill. Just going to pluck some off of these little stems here. I like adding a fresh element during the summertime when I can. Can't always do that in other parts of the year. It's harder to find some fresh ingredients, or at least find them at a reasonable price. I mean, even if you can find them, sometimes our fresh ingredients during the winter are so costly, it's just not conducive to using them in a recipe on a regular basis. So that does make going to farmers markets and things during the summer an exceptionally fun field trip. If you haven't been to one, I encourage you to do so. Shopping local, working with local farmers and production groups who work really hard to get food on the table for their community. All right, I think I'm going to use just about, I think once I get done chopping it up a little bit, it's probably going to be a little bit more than the recipe calls for. But y'all know me, or if you don't, you would find out if you watched a few more of our videos. I'm really bad about measuring things. I just like to eyeball it. If I like a flavor, I add more. If I don't, I add less. There we go. Just working my way through this dill. Alrighty. Okay, yummy, yummy dill. I might not put all of it in. I'll show some restraint. It all didn't go in. I know, that'll surprise you. Okay, so we've got our red onion, our 2 different types of tomato, and our cucumber. Again, you don't have to use multiple types of tomato. You can just use one. It's whatever you like. And then we use a couple of teaspoons of dill. Now, you can certainly, again, use the dry dill, not fresh dill. Then I'm just going to sprinkle in some parsley as well. Again, you could use fresh or dry. Look here, I'm using a combination, dry parsley, fresh dill. Alrighty, Roo. Next, a little S&P. All right, so if you're a pepper fanatic, you can certainly use additional pepper. I'm using about half a teaspoon there. And salt, I'm going to use a little less than they call for, just to control salt intake. Some of our folks around the building are watching what they do. A little lemon juice. You are going to want to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or half a fresh lemon. So I'm just going to give some squirty dribbles. There we go. That just ups the tang a little bit. And last but not least, we have, so this is what makes it creamy tomato and cucumber salad. I've got some sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt. I'm going to use about a cup in this, largely only because I doubled up on the recipe, because there are some staff members who really missed cooking demo days. So I made a little extra so they can have a little snack this afternoon. Got to feed somebody when I do a cooking demo. All right, there we go. My headset keeps knocking my glasses down in my face today. So then it's really just the hard job of gently. You don't want to get too vigorous on the mushing the spoon around, otherwise you're going to pulverize your tomatoes. But you are just going to mix together all of your ingredients here. And you can start to see how it gets creamy, looking really quick. You get the tang of the tomato, the acidicness of the tomato, and that lemon, the herbaceousness of the dill and the parsley and the pepper. And then you get even some sweetness out of your cucumber and those tomatoes as well. If you get really sun-ripened tomatoes, you know how They might be acidic, but they got that sweetness to them that's just really divine, especially as we get into these summer months when our fruits and vegetables are a great source of hydration. They are a great source of that refreshing coolness that we might need on a hot day. It's just a great lot of course, I'm going to say it, there's a lot of nutrition and vitamins and different things that we need for our bodies in our fruits and vegetables. There's a reason our doctors are always telling us to eat more fruits and vegetables. There we go. I'm going to wipe up my little mess. Every time you stir something, there's going to be somebody who jumps out of the pond. There we go. Get him wiped up there. So that's a beautiful take on our creamy cucumber tomato salad. Now, if you aren't a dairy person and the sour cream part kind of makes you go, ooh, no thanks, it's okay. You can do a version of this without the sour cream. You can have a not creamy version. You can just splash a little vinegar that you enjoy, or a little Italian dressing even, over the tomatoes and cucumbers, and leave the dairy out of it. It's definitely a way to keep some of the fat and extra calories out of it as well. Another thought process that you could add some healthy fat into it is to add a little diced avocado. And of course, if you dice up your avocado, you might want to wait to put your lemon on and just sprinkle it over your avocado to help keep it from turning brown so quickly. And toss your lemon juice with your avocado, then add your avocado in. Again, you're going to want to fold real gently to keep your avocado in chunks and not turn it into like some, chunky version of guacamole. So let's see, what else can you do? Oh, you can add a little bit of garlic, some minced garlic into here. That would be delicious as well. So again, you can play with the herb combinations to make it your own. So that's our salad. So talking about other things to do with fruits and vegetables. Promised we'd be all about that. You can certainly do all kinds of salads with fruits and vegetables. A lot of people hear the word salad, and sadly, they think lettuce, plain like iceberg lettuce, or just a plain lettuce, maybe add a few things into it, salad. Yes, that can be a great base for salad, but it doesn't have to be. As we showed today, a salad doesn't have to include lettuce at all. You can leave that out. I mean, there's some good qualities to lettuce, don't get me wrong. But you can certainly do all kinds of salads with fruits and vegetables. Sometimes you can mix fruits and vegetables together. A combination, I think, it would be people who make a mango salsa. There you've got vegetables mixing with fruits, and people really enjoy it. So don't be afraid to venture out and try it. Some uncommon things to do with fruits and vegetables that really can zhuzh them up is when you're using a grill. So grilled peaches, grilled stone fruits, peaches, nectarines, or even putting watermelon on the grill. People do it, and the grill, adding heat to fruit, really brings those sugars forward and caramelizes them. So it can make fruit taste even sweeter without adding sugar. That's always a good thing to do in my book. Fruits, of course, just eating them fresh is a delectable treat and snack. Mixing them together, putting them in a blender to make a smoothie, another great treat. You can also break out into those vegetables with all kinds of fun things to do. Your vegetables can be grilled. You can do them in a packet. Some of them you can do straight on the grill. Whatever your favorite vegetables you have in excess, get a big piece of foil, put those vegetables in the middle, a little butter, olive oil, some salt and pepper. Again, play with some herbs that you enjoy or a little garlic in there, and roll that packet up. Make sure those ends are tight. Put it on the grill. Put it in a campfire, or you can even put it in your oven and roast them in there. And you just get all those great flavors melding together. Whatever you do, maybe try a new vegetable this summer when you're going through the farmer's market. If you don't know what something is, research it. Take it home. Find out what you can try to do with it. But explore your fruits and vegetables. It's a great way to get your nutrition bumped up. It's a great way to explore flavor in a fresh way. And often you can do them without having to cook. And on a hot summer day, that's a good thing to avoid. All right, everyone, I got to go feed some staff. You guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully soon I'll be feeding you. From the Lebanon Senior Center, much love. Bye-bye.